I got nothing better to do.
Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
We've been stopping being. It's Cinema Sunday. Grab a cold one, yeah. Tune into Gorillas. Everybody's there. Big screen flicks, lights turned down. Kick back, let's get lost in sound. Cinema Sunday, feel that southern groove. Movies and laughter with a laid-back mood. Friends in the chat, we're here to stay. On Gorillas, random thoughts, it's our kind of day. In your worn-out jeans with the lights down low. Gorilla's got the flicks, just press play, let's go. Every frame's a story, every song's a beat. Feels like home with a southern heat. Cinema Sunday, feel that southern groove. Movies and laughter with a laid-back mood. Friends in the chat, we're here to stay. On Gorillas, random thoughts, it's our kind of day. In your worn-out jeans with the lights down low. Gorilla's got the flicks, just press play, let's go. Every frame's a story, every song's a beat. Feels like home with a southern heat. Cinema Sunday, feel that southern groove. Movies and laughter with a laid-back mood. Friends in the chat, we're here to stay. On Gorillas, random thoughts, it's our kind of day. So let that film roll, let the credits rise. With Gorilla's crew, it's a sweet surprise. Cinema Sunday, it's our southern style. Kicking back together, watching for a while.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to another Cinema Sunday, where today we are watching Terminator: Dark Fate. With me, I got Resolute Germ. How are you doing?
Okay, for now, you haven't started the movie.
Sit down.
Still not even kicking. Let's see if I get bored enough to fall asleep or just bored.
Oh, just remember, if you fall asleep on my panels, we'll put on some freaking Indian
music
for you. You'll be craving those East Indian men for 2 weeks.
Yeah, which then I'll have a banana peel waiting for you to slip on.
Oh.
Yeah. Mikey, how are you doing?
Oh, that's fine, Gorilla. Just happy about Memorial Day tomorrow. Well, probably lots of kids are happy about that.
Well, I don't see the reason to be happy about it. I mean, to be glad you're off work, but that's not a happy holiday.
Well, they said they fired you for a day, right? So,
Hey, this is America. All holidays are happy. That's just the way we celebrate. We do not do somber in this country.
Yeah.
All right, and Dan, PvP, how are you doing?
Oh, okay. No worries. Yeah, just looking forward to finally getting to the last of these damn Terminator movies because, man, there's too many of these. I just looked up the budget for this thing, and between the production budget and the marketing costs, the film companies ended up losing like $122 million overall on this thing. So, like, not good for them for sure.
Yeah, from what I hear, this movie bombed hard.
Yeah,
Extremely.
it's considered. I'm reading here. It says it's the second worst bomb of that year, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah, from 2019, right before the dreaded C word. Yeah, exactly.
The weird thing is, though, looking at the critical response, a lot of critics seem to give it decent ratings, better than the previous couple of movies. So that's a bit confusing.
Well,
Okay.
I was looking at it, and according to over 204,000 people, they still give it a decent C. And I'm like, what? 6.2 out of 10? You should be giving it shit out of 10. But
Yeah.
Well,
you
it
know,
looks like the fan rating on Wiki is the overall fan rating was like a B plus. So
oh, that's even weirder, man.
yeah. So I
That's
don't know.
even stranger shit. Yeah.
Well, I guess there's enough hardcore fans out there, and who knows how many people they actually sample, right?
Well, you know what? I don't, I got to say real quick, I don't have an issue with James Cameron, but I don't understand why he had to do this to screw up the whole timeline shit. Because I mean, like, he could have just we could have just stuck with the fourth one. That would have been it. That would have been done, right? That would have been it. But I mean, then
Yeah.
he's got balls to say, no, F all you people. I'm going to continue it from from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And I'm like, oh crap. Okay.
Well, what I don't get is we see this time and time again where a franchise outlives itself, and
Yeah.
they keep cranking this crap out, thinking I don't know what they're thinking, because they can't be thinking we're going to make shitloads of money after it's like the fifth film or whatever. Because I mean, let's face it, even hardcore fans are going to get tired with a concept at a certain point.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say welcome to the Drew 24.
Hey, Drew.
All right, should we get this started?
Yeah, the
Oh,
sooner we
yeah.
get started,
Let's
the
get it
sooner we can.
started. Sooner the better.
Sooner it'll be over with.
Yeah. Try that. I'm seeing a circle.
No, it's playing here for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks good here.
You might want to refresh there, Mikey.
Reload it. Okay. No,
That
I'm still getting a
sometimes-
circle. Yeah, I'm still getting a circle. Gorilla, are you seeing it?
Yeah.
Are you seeing it?
It's
Yes,
playing
I'm
I'm
fine
getting
here.
a damn circle.
Yeah, we're all seeing it.
Weird. All right. Hold on a second. All right. Let me okay,
Why
let me
don't you
highlight.
Why don't you try exit Cosme and go back in?
That's what I'm gonna do on PvP. Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah. Let me go back and see if I can get it. No. What the hell's going on?
I will
No,
say
it's-
this. This is probably the only good part of the movie right here.
I'm not seeing it at all. I'm not sure why Gorilla's Cosme link isn't working. That's weird because it used to work before.
Yeah, it's playing fine here, and sometimes I have problems on my end, but so far the sound and visuals are playing smoothly.
Hey, Lemon.
Hey, Scurvy, how's it going?
Hey, lemon pie.
He sells high tea fruitcake models. Yeah. Okay, is there a reason they got the close up of all the sand with the skulls? Can they just do a pan out shot?
Well, don't they have to show a bunch of skulls in every fucking Terminator movie?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm having trouble. I don't understand it. I'm getting the circle of death here on the same connection.
Well, the problem's on your end. Everyone else has 5x5.
Wonder
Hey,
why
Mikey,
Mikey.
just a thought, Mikey. Maybe try rebooting your computer. That might help.
All right,
Sometimes a reboot will work wonders. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see Linda back. I gotta give it a thumbs up for that. Older, but still looking pretty good. I gotta say. Hey, is that the same kid that?
Heavily de-aged, and that kid is entirely fake.
Well, looked pretty good, but yeah, I kind of thought that can't be the same kid because it looks like he did in the second movie or whatever.
From what I hear, they de-aged him.
It's a CGI clone.
That's very well done. I got to give him credit for that. So this is Arnold as the bad Terminator.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he looks more like Duke Nukem than Arnold.
Wait, I thought he survived 2 Judgment Day.
Well, this week is a huge middle finger to all the fans that want John Connor to live. It gives like, hey, you want John Connor to live? Fuck you guys.
Yeah, because he was alive for Judgment Day.
This one takes place instead of Terminator 3. James Cameron jumps in and he says, fuck literally everything else, and puts this right after Terminator 2.
So he basically jumps in and fucks over his own franchise. Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Way to go.
What
Way to
is
go,
the
Jimbo.
freezing effect?
Way to go, Jimbo. I don't have a lot of use anymore for James Cameron anyway.
Right, this is over 2 hours because he's an artistic prick.
Yeah, and the thing is, when he started doing the movies about the blue people, I totally lost interest in anything he made.
Hey, Gorilla, look, it's your equal representation here.
It's not equal representation unless there's a woman naked.
She is naked.
Yeah, but is it a woman?
No.
Hey, Kevin.
She, but it looks like a he. And hey, Kevin, how's it going? And
hey there.
Is this the one that's supposed to look bad, or I think a different one? You gotta be more specific than that.
I gotta say, if that's a woman,
yes, this is bad.
That's a very masculine looking woman.
Well, the actor is quote unquote non-binary.
Oh God. Just what the movie world needs more of. Fuck.
Yeah, Kevin, this one and Genesis are kind of neck and neck for worst of the franchise.
Yeah. Whoa, what the?
And you probably can guess as to how fast she took down those cops. What she is.
Well, yeah, it's not like there's not a cliche about every Terminator showing up naked, is there? It's like, of course she's the Terminator.
Not exactly.
Working for you, Mikey?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Let's see, scurvy. It's considered kind of bad, but there's another one that's even worse. The one with the young adult versions of themselves is the worst one. So, does Dark Fate refer to a lot of viewers of this movie?
Yep.
And
Yep, that
they can
that
refer,
joke was told earlier, actually, Lemon.
yeah, they can refer to that even if you want to go down that road. Ooh, she's pretty.
Yeah, guess who she is?
And guess how tall she is too.
Oh, she's damn near a midget.
So what's with all the fucking Mexicans here? That's all
Well,
takes
they're
place
in.
in San Diego or San Francisco.
They're in Mexico
Well,
City.
she is not in. Yeah, she's not in America yet, and well, she's the most important person in the universe now.
Spoiler alert.
And she calls him Taco. He's a
A
little
dog.
racist, isn't it? Oh, Taco, the dog.
Yeah,
So she's gonna eat the dog.
things get desperate enough. Yeah.
And Screw says, "Hey, I can't help it if people steal my jokes."
Don't worry, Lemon. By then of this way, we have a sour taste in our mouths by the end of the movie.
Hey, I don't know what's in. I don't want to know what's in your mouth.
Gorilla. All right, here comes the lightning.
What's with this stupid freezing effect? That
There's
guy's
the
doing a
Terminator.
camera to go overboard.
Yeah, his name is Diego Moneta.
Really, I thought it was Diego Moon, since we get to see his moon.
Yeah, you got to see his ass. Whoa.
Gosh, he is fucking short.
Yeah, she's like 5 foot nothing almost.
She'll get Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage to drive for his money. Hey, if you put a sour taste in your mouth, I'll at least buy you dinner first. Says Scurvy. Nice, Scurvy, nice.
Well, I gotta say, so far this wins the award for the most boring opening scenes of any Terminator movie.
She is 5'1".
And it's like that old Iggy Pop song. Only 5'1". I got a pain in my heart. Hey, wow, there you go. Oh boy. Dum. I gotta say, if that's a woman, she's the most butch-looking woman I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Hey. Her lesbian partner wants her to look like a man.
Well, she's succeeding profoundly, I would say.
Well, some women they do look somewhat masculine. They do. Certain women do.
Yeah, but she looks extremely masculine.
Yeah.
Oh, is it doing the circle of death? Oh, it's back now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm guessing the father is dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, sure. It's a woman Terminator that has to be the savior.
They're rehashing Terminator 1 right here.
So she's the good Terminator, I take it.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, these fucking little T3000 shit. Take half the fun out of it.
She's an upgrade, Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah, that's the Terminator as well. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel, how's it
Hey,
going?
Daniel.
That is the part. Yep, you did. You saw the picture kind of weird. It was a short hair girl supposed to be a Terminator.
Yes,
Yeah,
Tricky,
yeah.
yes.
Yes, she is. Oh, Kevin, that's because I was watching on the actual screen. Not on the television. Yeah, Daniel, that part with John Connor was the very, very first part of the film.
Okay.
Oh, shit. He's fired.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Is it wrong that I'm rooting for the robot in this one?
Oh, come on. He's just trying to make a living. Let's see. Services, welcome, Daniel. And James Kirby.
Is it just on my end, or is it getting a little choppy here?
Wait, why is she
Yeah,
going backwards?
It's getting choppy here too. It's like frame by frame here, Dan.
I would say the action scenes are still.
It's a little better now. Okay, I got the spinning circle of death here.
Yeah, just give it a second.
It's probably just me, but why do I feel no sense of tension in this movie right now? Why?
Because you don't care if they live or die.
Well, the one problem with this movie I'm having is, haven't we seen this like half a dozen times already, or at least it feels like it?
Yes, we have.
And that's the big problem with this damn movie. It's been done to death.
Yes.
Which is why it died at the box office. I mean, let's face it, there's only so many ways you can kill a Terminator. And after a while, it just gets boring.
Too bad she's such a bad throw. She could have aimed for its head, its chip, and hit it right squarely in its chip area. But she's not a good shot. Oh yeah, and the Terminator has a knack of splitting into two people or two machines right here.
Well, I guess that's one thing that's original anyway. I never saw that in any of the other movies. Not that it's all that exciting by any means.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Daniel.
Oh,
Hi guys, what's up?
oh shit.
We're just watching a really crappy movie.
What?
Okay, this movie's okay. It's not as good as Genesis though.
It's pretty repetitious so far. We've seen this before in pretty much all the other movies.
Yeah, and that's why I quit on this movie halfway through, because it's so repetitive. I've seen it all before. That's why I quit on this movie.
Hey, Gavin.
Hey, Gavin, how's it going?
Hey, Gavin.
Jeez,
Hey there.
Do not watch.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
Hey, Genesis is worth a continuation.
Oh, crap.
So I do have a question. Would you rather be watching this or Terminator Genesis?
Genesis, definitely all the way.
Genesis.
Yeah, I'd
Probably.
rather watch any of the ones we watched previously than this. They've all been more entertaining. I mean, they were more entertaining in the first 10 minutes than this has been in like, what, 20 minutes. This is just this is so rehashed. It's just like pointless.
Yeah.
You know, Genesis was supposed to be a trilogy. They were going to make a trilogy and a bunch of spin-off TV shows from it, but they instead made this.
Yeah, that wasn't going to fly either because Genesis did almost as bad as this at the box office.
The thing is, they probably should have quit after like the first 3 movies and calling it a day. Because
At least for a decade or so.
yeah,
Yeah.
people only want to see the same crap over and over again to a certain point, and then after that, you're going to be losing audience big time.
I will say this: if you want to be a real pragmatist, you can count Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, and Terminator Salvation as the movies you want to count as part of the Terminator franchise. I would not count Genesis or Dark Fate as part of the Terminator franchise. I would not count it as those.
They're not.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't get any better than
Technically,
Genesis.
every movie after T2 spins itself off.
So
Yeah.
is this guy? So this guy that Diego's playing is supposed to be the ultimate Terminator.
yeah, the
This
ultimate
is the
killing
alternate
machine.
future.
So if she kills the machine part, does that kill the well, whatever the fuck those things are?
She's actually a cyborg, a hybrid.
She has to kill both of them.
Okay, this is where Linda Hamilton comes in, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally, at least something decent in the damn movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's what you need.
Now we got badass Sarah Connor here. Even if she got old, she's still sexy as fuck.
Yeah, she's older, but I'd still do her.
Well, she's still younger than you, PvP.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, nice Arnie line there. I'll be back. Good one, like that.
Yeah, but it has no energy to it.
Oh wait, she speaks English now?
Well, it does feel like a retread, which is what I've said earlier. Which is the big problem with this film so far.
Did they already? Did I miss the part, the beach scene where John got knocked off?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
that was very early.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Sarah Connor might be twice the this chick's age, but she's twice as sexy too. Actually, probably more than twice as sexy. She's way more sexy. This chick still looks like a guy to me. It's just, it's a bit troubling. Bleh.
It's the haircut.
It's just the haircut.
Yeah, but she's really, man, she looks butch. Seriously.
She got the Justin Bieber haircut.
Hey, we got a dead point in the movie. Let's catch up on these.
Oh, did we get a bunch of chats?
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
the chat.
we got a good amount.
Okay.
We got the next
Probably
one highlighted
more-
for you.
Probably more
This
interesting than the film.
movie has old tropes with no real story movement. There's a lot of action, but not overly well done. Yeah, it seems like it is. You not watch. You guys already watched Terminator 2 Electrical Boogaloo, right? Yeah, we already watched that one. Yes, says hello everyone. Only the original Planet of the Apes series survived more than 2 sequels while maintaining a semblance of quality. And Star Trek and James Bond. I say I'll be back every time I go for crap.
Well, the thing is with those other franchises that just got mentioned is they had more creativity running through them, even though not every installment was great, but it still would put an original twist on the basic framework of the franchise. Whereas this is just basically a rehash.
Yeah, or they worked with the tropes that those franchises did, but they added layers to it, or they added a somewhat realistic twist to it.
Well, yeah, they would change enough up to keep it entertaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like when Connery left the Bond franchise, everybody was saying, "Oh, James Bond is dead now," but somehow, they got Lazenby for that one movie, which is my favorite, and then they brought in Roger Moore, and he kind of saved it. He kept it going for a number of years, so
Oh, great. The Terminator has epilepsy.
So what's this lady's story? What's wrong with her?
It's her cyborg half burns a lot of energy out of her human half, and she needs some type of energy source to keep up the balance between her human side and her cybernetic side.
So eat a fucking pizza.
Eat a fucking pizza? Is that what you?
Yes. There is there is if we did not have certain enzymes, one bite of pizza would give us enough energy for a year. But
Why
because
why
of
did
certain
you bring her?
enzymes we have, that's not
Why
the
don't
case.
you know what, Gorilla? Why don't you just bring her to a Cordon Bleu restaurant and let her eat all the meals on the menu? I'm sure she could force her way on them.
Sure.
Aren't we still in Mexico?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then
Okay.
it's obvious she should be eating a taco.
Tacos.
Well, she looks like
Burritos.
she wants a
And
pizza.
and since
Hey, leave that dog alone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, water. Okay,
I wasn't
she's
thinking of eating the dog, I was thinking, well, she's right protecting this little taco here, so why not? Because she's butch enough to do it, I'm guessing. Okay, bad sex joke. Sorry. I feel sorry for this guy at the pharmacy. He's like, what?
That's my gun.
He's like, okay, take whatever you want.
Well, you know, that's basically what she said. This is my gun and this is my prescription.
Yeah.
How nice of them to send a differently abled Terminator to help the so-called future mankind.
Yeah, that's what I've never understood with these movies. Why is it that the savior Terminator is always weak or flawed, and the killer Terminator is always like 10 times more powerful than they are?
Yeah.
I would say this. She's even weaker than the T-800. She is.
Hell,
So this is
Arnie did a better job in T2.
Yeah. Well, I would say she is a downgrade for the T-800. Actually, she is, because she's actually a weaker protector than the T-800 is.
Well, she's becoming nothing but a liability at this point in the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Sci-Fi Sit-Down, what is the T series, the one that Diego's playing?
3,000.
The one is Rev 9.
Rev 9. Okay.
They should have a chart that you can look up all these different versions of the Terminators. So when does Arnie come in? Arnie's got to come in at some point, does he not?
Yeah, he's just like off the grid right now.
I think Arnie they say in this movie, Arnie is bordering on a cameo appearance in this movie. He is.
Yeah, so where the fuck she come from?
She came from an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
No. Sarah
Well,
Connor.
this is an alternate timeline.
They left her behind there after they blew Diego up.
I hate.
Well, she jacked another car.
She jacked another vehicle. She's here.
Time travel movies hardly ever make any damn sense when it comes down to it.
No, they're just dumbass movies to screw with your brain, PvP.
Well, that's why I generally dislike time travel. There's a few movies that do it well, but not very many.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you a couple of my favorites. Remember The Time Machine back in the 1960s?
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one. That's one that's well done. Because he doesn't travel through space either. He just travels through time, even though the machine is actually still in his house, right?
Yeah.
Which is a very smart thing for like 1962.
Yeah, and the Groundhog Day is like a funny ass time travel thing.
Yeah,
it just repeats the same day.
And that's more fun because even though it's not really, it's a fantasy movie because it's not really sci-fi, right?
Right.
But it still works on its own terms.
Yeah. Closed captioning? Okay, Gorilla.
Yeah, because I can't hear what they're saying there.
Sorry. Motor mouth, me and Mikey.
Probably better that you don't hear what they're saying, else you'd understand their stupid logic.
And I will say this. This is where I cut out the movie. I gave up on the movie right here in this area. I did. I said, you know what? Fuck it. This is boring to me. I'm skipping this movie.
I gotta say, I don't blame you at all. Oh, you know, one of my favorite actually a good time travel movie is Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell and David Warner.
And PvP, what about Groundhog?
Well,
Yeah, we talked about Groundhog Day.
Mikey just mentioned that a minute ago.
Yeah, I just mentioned that.
All right. And hey, Matt Arnold, how's it going?
Hey, Matt.
And you can say that John Wick was great multi-film franchise where he kept the story moving and it was interesting there where they still killing everybody in the room. And hell,
Amen
Matt,
to that, Trekkie. Yep.
And PvP wants to see a shirtless Arnie once again. PvP wants to see Arnie's ass. And let's see
No. That's your department, Gorilla. You're the ass man. I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see Arnie from the waist up because he does have a massively impressive chest. You have to admit that.
Yeah. Let's see. George Pell's Time Machine was very good. Okay.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
And here comes a little bit of our backstory right here.
There's a soldier. So I'm guessing she was one of John Connor's troops fighting in the war.
Yeah.
Nope.
No? Well,
She ain't never heard of John Connor.
Oh, because it looks like the machine war, scenario here.
Yeah,
it is. But, in this future, John Connor got shot on a beach.
Oh,
yeah, and I'll do a minor spoiler, but honestly, does anyone really care? Because this movie sucks. Another AI takes over the Cyberdyne role here.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, so far this movie seems to be completely pointless anyway, so there's not much that could spoil it for me. I mean, the movie's enough of a spoiler.
Right?
Yeah, this movie is subpar on every level so far.
And that's why it bombed.
And you know, Hollywood, when was this? 2000 and what?
19.
And 5 years later, 6 years later, Hollywood still hasn't learned a damn thing.
Well, Hollywood usually does it because they're out to make money no matter what.
But they're not making money anymore. They've been losing money for years now.
Right.
Name me 5 films in the last couple of years that have made money.
I can't because I don't watch movies anymore nowadays.
But seriously, 90% of the movies that seem to hit the theaters bomb nowadays.
Well, that's the fun part. The movies don't need to make money for the studio to make money.
Nah, we're living in a fucked up, twisted world. When you're making money out of failure, there's something very wrong with the world.
There's 2 more time travel movies I thought were pretty decent. One was Looper. The other one was Minority Report.
Minority Report is a kind of interesting movie, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah. But Looper's good. Looper is.
Well, not all the movies bomb. I mean,
haven't seen
Super
that one.
Mario did very well.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying there's not exceptions, but I say the general trend in recent years has been movies just don't make it.
Right.
Like as far as money goes.
Or die.
Oh, she's got some good reflexes.
Oh yeah, Mackenzie.
No,
Yeah,
she-
She did most of her own stunts in this film too. James Cameron let her, you know.
Because
That's
James Cameron didn't want to pay for a double.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you're right, Resolute Germ. Absolutely right. You are right on.
James Cameron.
There's a
what
reason the only person who made money off of this movie was James Cameron.
Yeah, he's the only one that made money from this.
Well, James Cameron is like Ridley Scott. He used to be a brilliant director, and then he turned into a fucking hack. Because they both made great films early in their careers, and they haven't made anything worth watching in a long time.
Why doesn't she just say I'm the bionic woman and leave it at that? 2042.
Hey, I just read that James Cameron is working on more movies.
Hey, and I'm not
You
going to
don't
pay
know
money
that.
to watch any of them.
Yeah, and hey, no one cares, Daniel.
I gave up on James Cameron when I saw those blue people. I thought Avatar looked so ridiculously cartoonish. I just had no interest in ever watching it. Besides, it was also hitting the audience over the head with, environmentalism. The military. Evil right-wing people. We got to save the planet. Environmentalism. Yeah, hit me over the head some more there, James. Thank you.
I'll give him credit. It was a good way for him to launder $250 million with that second one.
That's probably the only thing he cares about anymore. He doesn't care about making good movies, that's for sure.
Wait, just a sec. Skynet's gone, so who the fuck's at these Terminators?
Legion. Another AI, Legion.
Yeah, and they never explained what changed, like the split in the timeline that created this new faction. Like when, where caused the split.
Well, they're going off of a T3 plot line. They're trying to say the future is preset. You can't change it with a dam. So the robot apocalypse is going to happen no matter what, no matter who's in charge.
Yeah.
Drinking until you black out sounds like a good idea.
Well, I can understand her frustration and anger at this point, for sure.
Avatar 2, Gavin. The reason it made so much money, look at its China take. They were laundering cash out of that country.
They were.
Yeah. Then let's see. It's $200 million budget combined with high ticket prices, driving people away from cinemas. Yeah. And hey, John, how's it going? Or JPR1. I'm not enjoying the movie on Cosby, but I'm not watching the movie on Cosby. I'm enjoying the commentary. It doesn't sound like I'm missing much. No, not really.
You're not.
You're not missing anything.
Who wears a half shirt? Oh, I'm pretty sure you can find the images on the web.
Yeah, this movie is abysmal.
I would say this. I would say that Sarah Connor owns every scene she's in.
Yeah, because Lyndall Hamilton, in spite of having a piece of shit script that she's trapped in, she still is a decent actress, right?
Yeah. Especially compared to the other trash in this.
Exactly. Everybody else in this movie is like a shadow on the wall. It's like they barely exist.
Exactly.
But even, an older version of Sarah Connor, she still has a presence about her. And her character has a history in the previous films. Well, some of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
But this movie is so abysmally boring. It's like, it's got almost, there is the only connection to the earlier films that I'm feeling in this so far.
Well, when Arnold shows up, then you say, well, there's the connection with Linda and Arnold and the other two.
Yeah, well, that's going to be fun, but still, 5 minutes of Arnold doing a cameo is not going to save this.
Well, it's probably more than 5 minutes, but the fans say it was bordering on a cameo because he's so little in this movie.
Well, the only reason they put Arnie's cameo in is because Gorilla had to see his naked ass once again. I wonder why they must have paid Linda a good salary to come back in this turkey, right? Because I can't see her looking at the script and going, "Oh wow, this is Academy Award material." Like I can't see that happening.
Well,
No.
PvP, you'll be surprised if an actor or actress really needs money, they'll take whatever script they can get.
So you're saying she didn't make a shitload of money off of the first two movies?
Well,
Not compared to now.
Yeah.
well, for what I hear, she had mental health problems. That's why she exited the acting field for a few decades.
Oh fuck! I didn't realize that. That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And that's a rumor that went around for decades.
No, she admitted to it.
It does happen. Like, remember in 1977 Superman with Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder was like at the top of her game in that movie, and then she had a lot of mental health issues a few years later too, and basically disappeared for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So I mean, we forget that actors are human beings after all, and that they have personal problems too. As much as we might admire and enjoy their performances, they're still human beings.
Yeah.
Well, most of them anyway. Some I wonder about.
Just remember that one of the guys that wrote this movie is a Trek guy, David S. Goyer. So,
And what kind of Trek did he write? Did he write like Discovery episodes or something?
probably did.
Well, he doesn't count then. That's not a Trek guy.
Yeah.
I don't recognize the filth. I just don't. I refuse.
Right.
Anything after 2005 is not Star Trek.
Tell me, why does this human hybrid Terminator not act like a good protector? Heck, Sarah Connor is a better protector than she is now.
Well,
Yeah, because she has more experience.
Right.
Yeah, well, why couldn't they send a Terminator back with a couple of muscles on her body? Like this chick looks as frail as frail can get. Like seriously, when Arnie came back in T2 to protect John Connor, I could believe it because he was like, massively, physically built and ready for action. This chick looks like she's ready to go to a bake sale,
Yeah. Yeah, this is Linda Hamilton's first movie where she gets top billing, and this is the first Terminator movie where Arnold gets billed second. So very good.
Well, I think that should be the way because if Arnold still hasn't shown up, he does deserve to be billed second. He doesn't even probably deserve that, actually.
Yeah.
So this
It
is
actually
like,
helped Linda get more money off of it.
so is this guy basically a version of the 3000 we saw in T2?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, they go into the cyber angle or the computer angle more in this movie to try to dive into that side of the tech side of the Terminators more.
Well, the reason I asked Dan actually is because remember that scene a while back where he's like the physical human looking T3000 and the robotic, they kind of separated for a while there. And that seems more advanced than the silver dude in T2.
So this is basically how James Cameron said F you to the other things. He described Rise of the Machines, Salvation, Genesis, and the Sarah Connor Chronicles as a bad dream or an alternate timeline, which is permissible in our multiverse.
Yeah, because he had nothing to do with any of them and thus didn't make a dime off of them.
Yeah, and he couldn't give a rat's ass about other people's creativity. It's all about him. Egomaniac. Fuck James Cameron. I respect a director that maintains the quality through their career because there's not very many that can do it. James Cameron is not one of those people that I respect.
Well, PvP, you have to sort of. Well, you probably know where we're going with this too. It's has to about ego, popularity, and how much they have to work with. Because when a director is starting out, they don't have much of an ego or an ambition. But once they hit their stride and become popular and have good movies behind them, then they get cocky, arrogant, and they get overconfident.
Really wanted the money. He's not great with it.
The thing is, you got a point there, Dan, but I do disagree a little bit because there are directors I admire greatly that did manage to pretty much maintain a high quality standard through their entire lives, right? You know,
yeah,
they're few and far between, but they do exist.
Yeah, they're rare. Though PvP, they're rare.
They're very rare, and that's why I hold those few directors in high esteem. Okay, I'll name one: Stanley Kubrick. I think generally he produced some of the great films ever made. He started to weaken. I think his last couple films are weaker than his previous stuff, but overall, his output over decades is pretty impressive. Though I'm not a huge fan of Eyes Wide Shut. I think that one was a bit of a failure on his part. But hey, the guy was getting close to croaking and leaving the mortal coil, so I have to give him a little bit of a break there.
Yeah. And Daniel, making you read your own.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, when John Connor turns into the T-1000 in Genesis, that was the most advanced Terminator we saw. And could turn into sludge.
Daniel, John Connor did not turn into the T-1000 in Genesis. He turned into the T-3000.
Oh, okay. Well, whoops, my mistake.
Yeah. And Rupper Zabixie's is one.
Mother Mary.
Well, that's right. Matt Smith was the T-1000.
Such a happy little family here.
You're wrong again, Daniel. Matt Smith was the T-5000 in Genesis.
Oh darn it! It's been a long time. Sorry about that. It's been a long time.
Daniel, you're probably thinking about Terminator: The Battle Across Time, where that from that fan ride that they did.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's not like any of it matters. It's who gives a shit because it's all crap.
Let's face it, the only Terminator shit that matters is the first two movies, and it's all crap after that, basically.
Pretty much. Resolute, we could call this Terminator fuck fate.
Well, I know what I'm going to call it if it continues like this for the next hour or whatever. I'm going to call it Terminator fuck you out of 10.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Best rating I can give it.
Uh-oh. Circle of death.
Okay, what the hell's going on? I thought her daddy was dead.
This is her uncle.
Uncle.
Oh,
no, this is her nacho. This is her nacho daddy down in Mexico.
It looks exactly like her daddy.
Okay, well, yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. It confused me for a minute there, or a second, I should say. So we've had a taco. Now we got a nacho. Okay, we're continuing the Mexican theme here.
Yeah, James Cameron's a creative son of a bitch, isn't he?
I think
Start changing names and double using actors so he can pocket the difference.
I think he's been creatively bankrupt for a long time. Actually, I think the one great idea Cameron ever had was Terminator, and that lasted for two really good films, and that was about it. He's the guy who did Titanic too, isn't he?
Yes.
There's another movie I never wanted to see, and I never have because I never will because I thought it sounded like a piece of weepy soap opera garbage.
It is.
What did that poor fly ever do to her? Oh man,
I don't know. She was using it as a point.
It's like,
Um,
hey, we got $10,000 to blow on the special effects budget. Let's fucking slice the fly in half. Why not?
well, PP, the fly was bugging her.
That's a good one.
Bugging her. I get
Bugging
it.
her. Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I
like
get
that.
it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
Oh, circle of death, spinning circle of death. Oh, now they're moving again. Okay, all good. Oh, good Lord. This movie is incredibly boring. Seriously, this is like watching paint dry on a wall. God. Are we halfway through this by now? Oh.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh.
Good job, Terminator.
Why do they always have to kill everybody? Couldn't they? Because they look like somebody else. Couldn't they just fake it, and not have to kill everybody?
Yeah,
That's why they're called Terminators.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
still.
You're right, Kevin. Tim Miller directed this.
Yeah, Tim Miller
And-
directed it.
Yeah, Cameron was executive producer.
Oh, Tim
Easier
Miller
for him to
directed this.
launder money.
That's why this movie isn't that good.
Okay,
It doesn't
so-
matter if Cameron directed or not.
Yeah, okay, guys. So this is where the Terminator's activating the drones to shoot them as they try to get back across the border.
Oh, brother. Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
We're barely halfway through the movie, but it feels longer though.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can last another hour watching this shit. God, this is bad. I can imagine people walking out of the theater at this point. Seriously.
They did.
They did.
They did?
Yeah.
I would.
Well, I didn't, but other
if I-
people did.
If I'd paid money, I would go out and to the concession stand and ask one of the employees, "Can I speak to the manager, please?" And I would say, "I want my fucking money back because this was a piece of shit." And if they didn't give me my money back, I'd say that's good because I'll never fucking give you business in your damn theater again. So, F you.
Well, it's never right to ask for your money back unless something goes physically wrong. Because
Well, I
you're
think this
choosing
movie,
to go to the. It doesn't matter how bad the movie is. You chose to go there.
I still think when they market a movie, they should market something that's watchable, and this piece of shit is not.
What is Tim Miller known for?
Yeah, please, somebody shoot her. Let's get this movie over with.
Tell me, what is Tim Miller known for his movies?
I'll look him up.
Never heard of the guy. Yeah, see,
I'll take a look, Daniel. I'll take a look. Give me a minute, okay?
has he ever done a movie that's worth watching? I doubt it.
Well, my point is
Yeah,
that
Probably
if
not.
this is his directing style of this movie, then he makes some pretty boring movies. If this is how he makes his movies, I'm bored.
I think
He directed Deadpool and he's producer on Borderlands.
Deadpool was good.
Yeah. He did the original Deadpool back in
I
2016.
like. Okay, I'll give him a break then because Deadpool was very, very good. But then you got a totally different script, right?
Yeah. He's
He
the
had a good-
producer
yeah,
for the
well, but
Borderlands
The
TV series.
difference is Deadpool had a good script and good actors.
Yeah.
This does neither.
To be more precise, he is just James Cameron's bitch boy on this.
Yeah, but I've never, Jordan, I've never heard of Love, Death, and Robots. He did 43 episodes of that as a producer for that TV
That
series.
is a series on Netflix. A lot of sci-fi shorts.
Love, Death, and Robots. Okay.
Yeah.
Is Borderlands? Yeah, Borderlands is a TV series, right? Too, right?
No, that's a movie.
That's an actual movie. Oh, okay.
Well, it depends on which Borderlands you're talking about. There is a movie there's also a video game series based on it.
Yeah. He's done a lot of okay stuff. It's just he's usually someone's stand-in.
Yeah, he also created opening sequences for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and for The Dark World.
Well, I think the one thing that stands out for me would be Deadpool, because that's a really good movie. That's a really good movie.
Deadpool's awesome. Yeah.
I love all the Deadpool movies, actually. I mean,
Me too.
You know, all three of them were damn good, fun to watch. But I think a lot of that has to do with Ryan Reynolds, right? Because Ryan had a lot of input into the scripts for those movies, I think.
Hey, Daniel, hot topic. I found out that Ryan Reynolds wants to do 2 more sequels after Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, he wants to do one with I think Wesley Snipes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and that'll be fun. So Wesley Snipes and hopefully Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
That was great. That was great when Wesley showed up in the third movie. That was awesome.
Are you kidding? I jumped out of my seat. I told you guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Suzanne had to control me. Suzanne had to control me when I saw Wesley Snipes. Said, "Oh fuck God, yes!" And I was like, "Yeah."
Well, I tell you,
it's so exciting. It's so exciting that like Wesley Snipes is going to come into the new MCU, and that's awesome.
I know it's going to be great. Yeah, I love it too. Yeah.
Are you really sure? I mean, did you get from a reliable source that Ryan actually wants to do 2 more Deadpools?
He wants to keep doing Deadpool until they stop letting him do it because it's his best source of income.
Well,
yeah, his wife is a bit of a cunt, and he needs to pay for her lifestyle.
Well, yeah, Blake Lively needs her stuff, right, Jerm?
Blake Lively is kind of too happy with people, and he has to pay lawyers to go after these BS cases.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a Deadpool 4 if he teams up with Blade or something. That could be a lot of fun, right? When Wesley, I gotta say, Wesley Snipes looked fabulous in the third film. He hadn't lost a beat. Like, he was still like definitely still keeping his game up. But yeah, they got to keep the quality of the script up if they're going to do any more Deadpool.
Right. Yeah.
She must be getting tired of this shit by now.
I guess
I hope they get some of the Fox X-Men in the new MCU, not just all new people. Because if it's all new people, it'll be kind of like lame.
I think lame is a foregone conclusion.
James Marsden and Halle Berry can still do it.
Tell me, I wonder if there was a bounty on Sarah Connor's head throughout the whole years after that Cyber9 incident.
Yeah, she was wanted. She was wanted, Interpol and everybody after she destroyed Cyber9. So yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, we gotta call her Bionic Woman. I'm sorry. She has augmented, hardware inside her body. Thanks, I beat you up. Yay.
Could have been a little more gentle, but punching her in the head, but oh well.
Right, PvP?
Seemed a bit overdone. I don't know.
Right. Well, now she's
well,
stabbing herself.
There's the closest girl is getting to equal representation tonight, I'm guessing.
Yeah, right.
We already seen her naked.
Yeah, you saw her naked already.
Yeah, but she was like in shadow and stuff. Like, it didn't really count. And besides,
Right,
I still say she looks more like a guy than a girl. So
Yeah,
it don't really
right.
count.
Like the Terminator, where Arnold was out in the middle of the desert, and his old naked body was created by
Oh, there
artists.
we go. Wow, are you kidding? We get some action.
You know, Linda Hamilton's used to this. You know, she breaks down
Nice
a
moves that she has.
Yeah, well, she's used to it though. That's what I'm saying. Come on, guys, let's get out. Here comes Diego. Yeah, to me, he's not a Terminator. He's just
Wait,
Diego.
so she killed him. She killed the guy, huh? Yeah, he's dead.
No,
Not a
she
first.
Gabriel Luna. There he is. No, that's actually Gabriel Luna. Yeah, it's not Pedro. That's I don't do shit. That's what it was weird. Let's put it this way: if you guys walked out, I suffered for you. I sacrificed. I stayed for the whole damn.
Dude, I like this Terminator. He's just killing people left and right.
That's
Yeah,
the action sequences are still
Well,
awesome.
he's killing the guards. He couldn't. He can't. He should not do that. I mean, just let them do their job. And he's one of them in disguise, at least. He could have used
Yeah.
them.
You know what amazes me is even that action sequence was completely boring.
Yeah.
So, Dan, would you say that Rev 9 is probably the top of the line then?
Well, he probably is either a semi-line model or a prototype, probably, if I had to guess.
Right.
I mean,
Dude,
most machines coming in are either prototypes or already top of the line. I think the T800 of the first movie was a top of the line Terminator. Then the T1000 was a prototype. Then the TX was a prototype, and so on and so forth.
So just upgrading with prototypes. I get it.
so like, why shoot him if he doesn't do anything?
It stops his forward momentum.
Right.
And it also provides pointless action for the scene. Because we got to keep those action movie fans happy, going bang bang, pew pew pew. That's what they buy
Pew,
tickets
pew,
for.
pew.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it makes any fucking sense at all. They'll shell out money to watch it.
Remember PvP, it's pew, pew, pew.
Pew 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 pew. And then your occasional ricochet. Oh my God, he's gonna kill these guys. He's gonna kill more people, isn't he? Okay, looks like he's gonna be on the skewer pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh, frack. Okay, so he's going to fly a chopper. Cool.
Oh,
Get
man.
to the chopper.
Oh, I can't believe how
Get to the
boring this movie is.
chopper. No.
I gotta say, every other film before this, I actually kind of enjoyed. They were better than I thought they would be.
I would
This
say
is-
T3 is better than this movie.
Well, even
They're
the
all better than this movie.
They're all
It-
better than this movie.
This is number 5, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
crap. Okay, here's where
No,
we
it's
meet
number 7,
Arnie.
I think it is, ain't it?
Even the fourth movie is better than this.
He's Carlos Drapery.
I think this is 6.
Is
Ah,
this 6? Oh
This
my
is number 6,
God.
yeah. This
Okay,
is
the
number-
first 5 were more entertaining than this thing.
Yes.
Oh, and here comes everyone's favorite character right here.
Yeah, here he is. Even Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles was better than this schlock.
I never saw it.
Mikey,
good series.
Mikey, that is debatable. The Sarah Connor Chronicles. That's debatable.
It's
Why?
a
Maybe
pretty
debatable,
good
but
series.
still better.
Okay, I have a question. Why is Arnie just sitting on his ass watching TV?
Sarah Connor. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Papa killed John. Yes.
Yeah, his programming ended once he succeeded.
So now he's just an old guy growing a beard, sitting on TV, watching the football game, drinking a beer.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, they did explore the angle a little bit in this way. Like, what does a Terminator do when it completes its own objective, either past or present? Then what?
Like I just said, he sits his ass down on the TV and drinks a beer.
Yeah.
Well,
He
let's
tries
see.
to be more of a human than a machine.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what everybody does when they get old, like Arnie here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kevin says, I'm only here for the copter. I've done turned this off long ago. And he goes, I've heard Reynolds is not doing anymore. He was wanting to spend more time with his family.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what he said before his wife got too happy and he has to pay lawyers $300 an hour.
Exactly.
Only
Okay,
200? Cheap ass. He's a cheap ass then.
I got a list of film titles more exciting than this. Watching paint on the wall dry, watching grass on your lawn grow, watching your toenails grow slowly. That's the top of the list right there.
Hey, PvP, you obviously haven't had been in the Midwest here when we get 2 weeks of rain. You can literally, when the sun comes back out, literally watch that grass grow 4 inches in a day.
I do have a question.
Hey, Grilla, I'm just gonna say, if you got grass growing 4 inches in a day, you need to start a lawn mowing service and make a fortune.
Yeah, but we gotta get rain.
Well, you could probably maybe bribe a cloud seeding company to create some rain for you and get rich.
Oh, no. All he has to do is bribe Hart.
I do have a question. What makes a film boring? Because I would say this: T2 is just as long, if not longer, but yet it's still entertaining and good pace. So, what makes a movie boring? Because this movie is boring as hell. What makes a movie boring?
Okay, you want to know what I think the difference is between this and T2? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Number one, T2 flipped the first movie on its head by making Arnie a good guy.
Right.
We weren't expecting that. That's one positive. Second one, fantastic action scenes. Arnie on the motorcycle, jumping off bridges. I mean, all that crazy shit. Like, we're talking A+ quality action in T2, like world-class action scenes. Arnie in his prime, just super awesome prime Arnold. And a great cast. Linda Hamilton in her young days. Remember her doing the arm flexes on the bar or whatever, like that chick. Man, talk about muscles. Linda was pumped in that movie. There's another bonus, and she was hot as hell. Bad guys you hated. The T-3000, creepy as hell. The silver dude, being able to reassemble himself endlessly, no matter how many times you thought he destroyed them. There's another bonus, awesome part of the second movie. Need I go on?
Well,
there's none of that in this movie.
Well, what it is, PvP, is that at least the other movies had you engaged with action, drama, some comedic moments. Dan, this movie has none of that. So if you want to know why it's boring, that's the reason. That's it.
Yeah, T2 had all the elements that make a film fun to watch. It had action. It had excitement. It had comedy. Arnie did one of his iconic one-liners. It was great, right? And this movie has none of that. I mean, look at Arnold. Arnold should have pumped the movie up. Pumped it up. Haha, Arnie joke. But it should have pumped the movie up in this scene, and it's boring. It's still boring.
I'm gonna shoot him.
That's the funniest joke in the movie. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's the funniest joke in the film. Yeah, that's it.
The funniest joke of the film is the film itself, I gotta say.
And I would say this, another reason why T2 works too is because it had a good story, or at best a okay story.
No, it's a good story.
The thing is, it had a solid story because once again, the original movie, Arnold was the killer. Arnold was the Terminator to terminate John Connor, and he was the bad guy. And the second movie, they flipped it. I love it when they take something and they flip something on its head, because that's always kind of entertaining. Well, at least potentially entertaining, right?
Well, and what was so great is it was one of those rare movies, one of those rare sequels that actually was better than the first one.
I think it's the best of the franchise. Yes.
All right, so
totally agree.
How's Arnie here going to explain 3 women in his house or his wife's away?
Oh, he's doing a boom chicka wow wow with his jump starter or some
He's
shit.
gonna say, "Hey, baby, I have to, I have to re-educate myself to the ways of love. So you'll enjoy it later tonight in the bedroom. I promise."
You do realize with 4 women and him, he's having a commune. You do understand that, right? And with one guy.
Actually, if we had a foursome, a fivesome, that would probably be the highlight of the film right now. Seriously. You'd have to make it.
I can't believe you went there. I can't believe you went there, PvP. Holy crap. Well, I was talking about was a commune. Jesus.
But seriously, though, I mean, that would make the film more entertaining, would it not?
Well, I will say this. Given Arnold's taste in women, this probably will be just right up his alley.
Well, he's got a great. I mean, let's face it. There's a great variety here to enjoy. So, yeah.
He's not that particular either.
Well,
No, he
exactly.
isn't.
Well, wasn't Arnie famous for like doing his maid or something?
Well,
Yes,
you
he's
know,
very,
if you
very
look at this
ugly maid just because his wife
very
wasn't in
ugly
town.
maid, right?
That's what I
But-
don't get. I don't get that about rich, famous, handsome men that end up banging ugly women. I don't get it, because you're the famous guy in the world. You're a multimillionaire. There's millions of women that want to do you, and you do an ugly maid.
Yeah, because she's there. He would have to go out and find one of those gold digging sluts, the maid, right into the room.
I'm sure there's probably women writing letters to Arnold every day going, "I need you.
Yeah.
I want you."
You know, maybe this story reminds him of one of the maids he did.
Well, she was a Latino, was she not? So
Yes. Hispanic. Yes.
Oh, God. I can't believe this Mexican chick is supposed to be the main character. Like, talk about boring. Holy God.
Really?
Has she had one memorable scene in the entire film yet?
She's not had a single memorable scene, PvP.
Yeah.
The more memorable people are Linda Hamilton and Arnold. After that, everybody else is a shit.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think it drops off the cliff after that, Mikey.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, and here comes a few good lines right here, depending which one.
Oh, I better turn my sound back up.
Ooh.
Arnold always has the nicest toys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's probably the most relevant line in the whole damn movie.
Whoa! And that's another good line that Arnold just said. Like, this is Texas too.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought you. Oh,
They
chick.
Jesus, this chick can shoot her way with a paper bag. Let's get
I agree
serious.
with you, Linda.
Oh,
Yeah,
and watch
serious.
this. Watch this. Oh my God! Look at that.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that'll absolutely work.
Now that's a gun.
That's gonna break your shoulder.
Fun. Ooh, she's good with big guns.
Mikey, I could say something there, but I won't.
I will say this: that big gun is too big for her. The recoil in that really when it snaps off her arm.
No,
Well,
Arnold's gun is too big for her.
As far as I've experienced, there's no gun that's too big for a willing woman. I gotta say. I just love Arnie in the flannel shirt. It's hilarious. That's
It is.
kind of fun. He's actually in quite a bit of the
Hey,
at the
Gorilla?
end here.
Gorilla, this kind of
What?
reminds you of Walton's Part 2, right?
What the hell does this have to do with Waltons? You got to explain that.
Well,
comment.
you know, we were getting into sexual connotations there, so it was kind of
Oh.
We can do that with any freaking movie.
Yeah,
no. We don't do it for every single freaking movie. Come on.
But we do it most of them, Mikey, don't we?
Oh, yeah, well, most, but not all of them.
Yeah.
You can't say all of them.
Well, I mean, if we were watching, I guess if we were watching Bambi or something, we wouldn't be making
No,
sex jokes.
we're not
obviously.
going to watch Bambi.
No, I have
if
no.
I'm
I,
right,
I don't want to watch Bambi. I just brought it up as a point of reference.
right. But if I'm right, Gorilla's going to give us a great surprise next week. So
I think he's going to do a rewatch of Uncle Adolf.
oh no.
Oh, you're gonna wish it after this movie next week.
Actually, you got to admit that movie was more entertaining than this piece of schlock.
No, I'm more irritated by this one.
Oh, I'm disappointed in you.
Aw.
Well, sorry that you prefer to watch a man get fucked in the ass, but
No, that's not it. I just say that movie was so insanely crazy that it had a certain entertainment value, even though, well, remember, it was cringe stock, and that's why I picked it, because I knew it would piss you off, because you got to have cringe stock. If, good cringe stock will piss people off, right? So that's why I picked it.
Well, either that or it'll make people unsub from, and that happened by accident to Larry.
oh, it happened to me too. I lost 2 subs.
By the way,
yeah.
too, I mean, don't forget, Gorilla, you showed that Daniel Craig piece of crap, and
You guys missed it, but actually Arnie just said, I won't be back.
thank God for that is my response.
Oh, man.
I hope Arnie has a nice life, retires. I hope he does sit in front of the TV and drink beer, actually, because he's earned it.
I think you should.
Oh,
Why is
man.
there more chemistry between Arnold and Sarah Connor than the other characters?
Because
Well,
they
because
have a
they
history.
did 2 other movies together, so.
Yeah, they have a history, a history in the good movies in the franchise. That's why.
The good movies, not in this spot.
Bum, 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 bum. Even the music is like going back to the early
Well,
movies.
yeah, you notice that too? Even the music is missing.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, this movie is just awful. I'm so bored.
Yeah.
I haven't said that too many times either, Gorilla. Give me a break. I've only said it a few times.
I was thinking of a certain fountain.
Well, sometimes you do. Sometimes you're like, well, you've said you're bored like 100 times now, PvP.
Yeah, I did that in the Homestead movies.
Well,
Or
that
the
was
Homestead series.
that did bore the hell out of me, I gotta say.
Oh, it's too bad. Too bad we're not doing a drinking game in the stream. If we all did, we'll all be drunk. But my Gorilla and me and PvP saying how bored we are.
Yeah.
Now, he's kept track before of how many times PvP said he was bored of the film.
I'm trying not to say too much, but why is he
Polka dots.
talking about drapes?
Because he owns a drapery company. Didn't
So
you
that-
see the side of his truck? It said Carl's Draperies. He's
So
Carl.
he's called himself Carl, and he sells draperies to ladies.
To houses and stuff, yes.
Wow, he's come a long way from being the Terminator. Wow.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I have your music.
Is that
Right
Nature
here.
Dyson? The son of Dyson?
Right.
Okay, that line deserves an A plus. This guy's the Terminator, isn't he?
No, that's the Terminator right there.
Oh,
Okay. Oh,
Oh, that took the black guys down.
he's dead. Here he comes. Whee! Here's the other.
I don't think it's fair to have two Terminators chasing them. I mean, that's probably the only original thing in the movie, but I still don't think it's fair.
No.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah.
The one thing that bugs me about these movies is
Oh, I think I
They-
forgot to put the ramp up.
thing is they've fought these guys so many times and they still don't seem to realize machine guns have zero effect on them.
It may not, but they do see that it does slow them down to a point.
Yeah, it slows them down, but they still keep coming. That's my point. You know, what they need is a couple of good, rocket launchers or, maybe a couple of hand grenades, something that'll blow them apart. And that'll really slow them down. Oh, boy.
Right in the face! Right in the face!
But it doesn't do any good.
Now, I do have a question. Is that T-100 more equally advanced or more advanced than that Rev 9, or are they about equal?
Oh, right in the face!
Nice.
Oops. Just woke up.
You gonna kill me now?
Oops.
No, they need him.
Go back to bed.
She realizes that he's on their side.
Right.
What he did in the past was what he had to do, at least his programming. That doesn't mean that he was going to stay with that programming.
Most people had a stake in it, didn't they?
Was that just the scene with the steaks frying?
Yeah, that was a bad joke.
That would be the. I think if I went and bought a steak right now, that would be better than watching this movie for 2 hours. But I'm not going to because it's getting late and I'm
sorry
lazy.
about your shed. Like what? What's that?
He fell through the shed.
I know, but like he shouldn't have said sorry about your shed. He should have killed him.
Oh, those look good. That's not good.
Hey, what happened to Major Dyson?
He died.
Well, I theorized, was that indeed Major Dyson, Dyson's son, or was that someone else playing that character, or another character?
It was supposed to be Dyson's son.
It was supposed to be Dyson's son. They do. Yep.
So, in other words, she is her surrogate daughter. Then, in other words,
yes, adopted. Yes.
Oh man.
don't you love it how a 5-foot superhero can take out of basically four men, twice her size? Just shut up and kill her already.
Why even get the fuck out of bed in the morning if your mindset is I can't win? You always got to believe you can win at least something.
Yeah.
At least the lottery, right, guys? At least the lottery. Okay, weak joke. Okay, sorry.
And on that, I could just hear Germ saying, "Oh yeah, that reminds me, I gotta buy another lottery ticket."
Right.
No, I already did that.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Well, I haven't been on Jill's channel much lately, and I haven't heard her curse and swear and say naughty words, so I guess Gorilla won't be buying a lotto ticket anytime soon.
Well, I would say this: Gorilla can always pay Jill for his cussing and swearing for him, but then that'll be basically doing about even when he's gambling, though.
Yeah, but that wouldn't work because that would be fixing the system, right? And
See what bothers me is the other reason why this movie is so stupid is, John Connor was the main reason why the other ones kept going. But this, you're having this Hispanic chick being the leader of the human race. Like, come on, really?
This movie makes no sense. That's the
It
problem
makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah.
And that's why it's totally disconnected from the rest of the franchise. Because
Absolutely.
John Connor was, let's face it, even in the shittiest movies previously, John Connor was always in the storyline somewhere, right?
Yes.
But in this movie, they kill him enough in the first couple of minutes, and then it's all
and
about.
People should have walked out after that. So,
it's all about this boring chick. God, she has got to be one. I hope her career ended with this movie because she is boring. She can't act worth shit. I just don't know why they even. When I watch stuff like this, I don't even know why they made this damn movie.
I don't know.
For probably try to make money and for a tax write-off, probably.
Yeah, James Cameron probably
and
put
for
a
a
couple
paycheck.
million in his pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, and for a paycheck. Yeah.
And I imagine Arnie got paid a couple of $1 million at least to just
Oh hell
do-
yeah!
basically do
Army commands great
Yeah.
salaries.
Hey, what's
basically
worse?
to do very
What's
little.
worse? Plan 9 from Outer Space or this movie?
Plan 9, probably.
I want. Oh no, this Plan 9's far
This
better.
because Planet 9 is much shorter.
Yeah.
Plan 9 is much better because one, it's like half the time. What is it, like 80 minutes? It's probably almost half the time of this crap. Two,
Wait, look. Is that another turbo jet flown by the robot right there? Oh my god, a bit overkill, wouldn't you say?
I have lost count. This is one of those movies where it's like, how many pointless action scenes do we need? One on top of the other, 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 till you want to just go slam your head against the wall or something. You know, it's like, fuck, I don't need to see this. It's pointless. Pointless. They're trying to make it exciting, but it's boring.
These guys should have blown out the.
At this point, I don't care about anything. I don't care about Sarah Connor. I don't care about Arnie's Terminator. They could all die in a nuclear holocaust, and I'd be glad because the damn movie would be over. Oh, God, this movie sucks. You know, the only positive thing about movies like this is that it gives a lot of work to like technicians and, you know, cameramen and sound designers and people that are actually doing an honest job that day. But it's still garbage. Oh, man. Sigh. Oh my God. Fuck. Gee, we never saw Arnie lose his exo flesh before, did we? Even that's a retread.
Wow.
Remember the other movie where he had his flesh ripped off his arm when he had his robotic skeleton exposed? Because there was one of the previous films where that happened, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how you can make action scenes as boring as these are. My God. Oh, I don't care. Oh. Oh, Jesus.
There you
Hmm. Oh, boy.
Have they reached the dam yet?
They haven't
Don't
reached
believe
the
so.
ground yet.
I
I
just
think
want
we're
this to
about
be
to.
over.
At this point, we all do. PP.
I have to honestly say this is possibly the most boring film I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Which
Really,
is
I mean,
weird for an action movie.
Really, PP? Even more bored than Homestead?
I can't remember Homestead, so I mean, I can't remember every shitty movie I watched, but this is definitely up there with shitty movies. Like, and the worst thing is, it's supposed to be an action adventure, and even the action is boring. And there's basically no what the hell's there's very little story here. Like, there's no real story.
Well, I would say you need a balancing act between the action and the story, or some other elements. Because if you always have constant action sequences, because it loses the tension a little bit. There's so many action sequences between the same characters, and it loses its tension because you know what's going to happen.
Well, the thing too is you have to care about the characters for the action to mean anything. If you don't care about the characters and you're bored, then the action is meaningless. And I think that this film's a prime example of that. Because there's not really any characters I care about. Even Sarah Connor and Arnie, even I don't care about that much in this film.
Yeah.
And this butch chick, I'm sorry, I can't get into her character at all. Oh God.
I do have a question. How many of us have seen them fall already?
What's that? Is there a poll? I didn't realize.
No, they're at the damn waterfall right now, and I'm so bored now, and I'm uninterested about these characters. How many of us just want to see that vehicle snap and watch them fall to their destiny, so to speak?
I just want the movie to end. That's all I want. I don't care what happens. I just want this over. What dam is this on too? This looks like, is this Hoover Dam? It kind of looks like Hoover Dam.
It's probably an analog for Hoover Dam, but probably not Hoover Dam directly, unless they did say Hoover Dam in the movie or script.
Well, I've actually driven by Hoover Dam. I drove down that road years ago, so I've been to Hoover Dam, and that looks a lot like Hoover Dam. I might not be totally worldly, but I have got around the block a few times.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, PvP, they did not say it, or they're using the Hoover Dam aesthetic as a analog for just some kind of dam.
I'm just saying maybe they used it as a template or something, but it looked very much like Hoover Dam. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm getting at for you, PvP.
Yeah. I just want this to be please, just can we end this? I'm so. I won't say it because Girl will get pissed off.
No, at this point, Grill is probably drunk from you saying bored too many times.
That's what I was going to say, and I didn't say it. So, thank you for saying it for me, Dan. I'm sure Grill is very understanding, though. He probably realizes that this is boring as well.
Actually, $5 says he just fell asleep, and that's why he's muted.
Okay, anybody got that East Indian music ready to go so Gorilla can enjoy it for the next 8 hours while he's sleeping?
No, he's awake.
Oh, damn.
Well, he's muted, that's why. He's probably talking to his kid.
All awake.
Well, no chance of that East Indian music for you then, Gorilla. Oh, come on.
Just end already. Die, please.
This is just so drawn
This
out.
movie's pretty slow, but
Slow?
these action scenes right here. Yeah.
These action scenes are quite poor.
I got molasses I can pour on my pancakes that are faster than this.
Yeah, it's a little slow.
Hey, isn't it treason in Canada to use molasses instead of maple syrup?
You should go into politics if you think this is a little slow. You really got a salesmanship ability there.
Yeah, well, Daniel is always the naive optimist among us.
He's totally the optimist. I get it. Yeah. What was that, Gorilla? Pancakes?
Yeah, Yeah, eat a treason. Use molasses instead of maple syrup in Canada. Get
Well,
that
you
treason?
can't. No, I'm not saying you generally do, but if there's no maple syrup, you could probably put molasses on.
All right, I never heard of that on PvP. What is that? Is that some type of syrup?
Molasses, yeah, it's kind of like a syrupy thing, yeah.
You never heard
I
of
have
like
to
molasses cookies? Where the old saying, "Florida than molasses in January."
Look, just Google it. Just Google it. Molasses is like a.
I have to admit that what they do to the Rev 9 is cool though. Towards the end of it.
Molasses is like a sugary, liquidy thing, kind of similar to maple syrup.
It's what they use to make rum.
But it would still be okay on pancakes in a pinch.
So no wonder I like rum then.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. It would be a lot more fun than watching this shit. I just so much don't care about any of these people anymore. Oh God.
Yeah, is it drink up me hearty ho?
I never thought I could see a Terminator movie that I got bored with Sarah Connor.
Yay! Arnie's still alive.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Peter, how's it going?
Arnie is thinking, they pulled me out of watching sports on the TV and drinking beers for this shit. I'm fucking pissed off now.
Hey, brother Curtis. Good to see you.
Arnie's going to kick some ass, and then he's going to go to the beer store later. I've never been a big fan of his acting ability because I think he's got a very limited range, but I have to say I still have a fondness for Arnie because what he does well, he does very well. I mean, he ain't going to do Shakespeare. He ain't going to do Shakespeare, but when he does a movie like Terminator, he's good in the role. Oh Lord!
Yeah, Arnold. He does have an limited range. He's good at playing the stoic hero type of characters, or the mindless villain, or the slasher villain, like he did in the first movie.
Yeah, he's kind of got that limited stoic quality in his acting ability. Definitely, definitely.
I know most of this movie is full of crap, but I do have to say how they take down the Rev 9 is still pretty good.
Is that coming up soon? Because God,
it's coming up very soon. Yeah.
Tell me it's almost over.
It is almost over.
Oh, thank God. Hey, Curtis, thanks for showing up in Cosme. You have missed nothing, believe me.
No.
Curtis,
missed a lot, Curtis.
Curtis, if you're an intelligent man, you never will want to see this one. Because it's really bad.
You should be. At least that would have been my response as the robot.
Wow.
Sarah Connor did have a good line right there.
I gotta say, Metal Motherfucker sounds like a great heavy metal band name.
God, Arnie's getting a little slow here.
Oh Lord. When are they ever going to learn this doesn't work?
Yeah.
I am so tired of them shooting a shotgun in the guy's face and it doesn't work.
Nice.
There are smart action movies and then there are dumb action movies, and this one is the latter category.
Yeah, but sometimes dumb action movies are just as entertaining, though. It just depends how they're directed and how they're paced.
Yeah, but seriously, this is like what, the sixth movie, and we've seen time and time again, you can't kill these things with machine guns. So why don't they have a bazooka or a flamethrower or at least a box full of hand grenades, something that will blow them to pieces?
Yeah.
Because the movie will be over for too short. That's why.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it would slow them down to a believable pace. Like, this just makes our heroes look stupid, I think. They're like, oh, let's do what failed 100 times before because we're stupid. I like smart heroes, not dumb heroes.
Well, even in smart action movies, the hero does have to be a little dumb for the villain to catch up with them.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Is that is he sanding his head?
Well, Germ can certainly relate to him if they are sanding his head.
Look at him.
Hey, I polish my head. Don't sand it.
Okay, so Germ has
Yeah,
a
look
polish.
at my shoe polish on my head. It's all black.
So Germ has a polisher, not a sander. That makes a lot of sense.
And Germ knows I'm just joking with him.
I would not want to sand any part of my body, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't even think the Rev 9 could survive that.
Oh, you'll be surprised on how well.
I know, but that's why
God.
it just made it even more stupid. Because he should have been destroyed by that.
Well, yeah, especially considering blowing up one of those turbines is going to put out a EMP close to about what Nagasaki got hit with when it got nuked.
Yeah, right. Plus, if that turbine or that dam is the equivalent of a Hoover Dam, then a major part of some states is going to be a blackout with that going out.
They just blacked out the entire Southwest at a minimum.
Yeah.
Not that this movie cares because it has nothing to do with anything realistic. Good Lord.
Well, she said she was going to kill him before.
They should just end it right here, saying the Terminator is terminated. Now, bye-bye.
Yes, finally.
And yet we got, 10, 15 minutes of movie left, so that's not going to happen.
We got another 15 minutes of this turkey? Oh, my God.
I don't know. I'm guessing. I haven't checked the time. If Gorilla is willing to check it for us real quick.
Oh, I like that, Curtis. So 3 chicks and a Terminator walk into a turbine. Curtis.
Hey, Jim.
Actually, I gotta say, Curtis, this movie would have been better if they'd all walked into a turbine in the first 15 minutes of the film.
Yeah. And hey, Jim. Yeah, they want to come here. I never made it. What comment are you talking about? Criticism, huh? Now lots of exposure to the movie. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know which comment you're talking about.
I would give this movie a solid D-. Yeah.
Her power cord.
Oh, power cell.
But that's the only way you're going to beat the Red 9. Uh-oh. Hurry up, Sarah.
If she actually hit the Terminator with her foot like that, her foot would be broken.
Power cord.
Oh, right in the eye socket.
Yeah. Well, I guess Arnold looks worse than I feel. Jesus.
Finish it. End it already, please.
Please end it.
Oh, come on. Not even an Hasta Vista? Come on.
No.
What a crock of shit.
Yeah.
Well, he's got an Hasta Vista from him. Didn't let go.
They missed a great chance. He should have said, "I won't be back."
He did. He said that earlier. I won't be back.
Oh shit. Okay, I missed that. Anyway, I wish I'd missed this entire movie because it sucks. I hope Arnie got a good paycheck for this.
Definitely not.
And now Sarah's going, "Oh, I feel bad for him."
Now he goes up.
She still hates him? Okay.
Oh yeah, Rev 9 is not coming back from that.
Can we please end this?
It's almost over in PvP. Gosh.
Oh God, I'm so
You're
glad.
so impatient.
I'm only impatient when things really are horrible.
I understand. There. System critical, he's dead. There.
I still feel bad for Arnie though.
Yeah, well. They had to get rid of all of them, so
I still don't understand how this adds anything to the previous films. Like, to me, this detracts from the previous films.
Yeah,
it doesn't. If anything, it terminates the legacy of the other ones.
Well, yeah,
well, it's not supposed to add anything to the other movies. The only thing it's supposed to add to is James Cameron's bank account.
Right.
Yeah, got that a while ago. But still, greed is a bad motivator for good art.
All right, so Curtis says she's kind of stupid. Not even
yes, very.
You are terminated. I will settle for an Hasta La Vista before he dropped. And what did he say? What the fuck does that mean? I have no idea. I must have missed something. I don't know what was said, or if anything was said. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still find this chick extremely boring and pointless to the whole movie.
Yeah, and guess what? They're setting up for a sequel here.
Thank God that
which is never going to happen.
Nope.
Jesus. Well, I don't know where this would go on my worst films in history list, but it would be on there.
Oh my gosh, I hope that's not true, Curtis. He says, "Oh no, Mikey, the evil plot of James Cameron is to have 16 more Terminator films." Oh God. I hope this is it.
Well, if that's actually true, I say we need to send a Terminator after James Cameron.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's okay. The IRS is on it.
Yeah, don't worry.
Sounds good to me.
I don't think there's a nice credit scene, is there?
Who gives a shit?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That was bloody awful. I gotta say, that's terrible.
Well,
And,
I gave my rating of the movie already, a solid D- for me.
Hey, I can list a few films worse than that.
I can't.
Gorilla, why don't you say it for all of us, okay? An FU out of 10?
Yeah, I was gonna give it a D plus.
A D
You're
plus.
very fucking generous.
Man, you're fucking generous.
Gorilla, what the heck? You're not smoking cigars tonight, are you?
No.
No, well, the real question is:
Wow.
is Gorilla drunk or is he non-drunk to give that
No,
rating?
no, Dan, no. Gorilla is sophisticated. He's starting to have better opinion, and he's trying to learn. So there you go.
And he bought the Willie Nelson cigars this week.
Yeah, that was what the joke I was trying to make there. Gorilla, to give this a plus anything, you must be smoking something more than regular.
Hey, I've seen a lot worse films, and we could put them out if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, this I gotta say, I gotta put this in my top 10 worst films I've ever seen list, and that's saying a lot.
Would you say this is even worse than Daniel Craig and Queer?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Well, at least we never watched the whole movie with Daniel.
Well,
Craig,
that's true. We didn't.
be
Yeah,
honest,
we didn't
right?
watch the whole thing.
We got what? We'd get 20 minutes into that, and we gave up because it was so gross.
We got in about an hour.
Hey, Gorilla.
Hour of
Gorilla,
that
let me see this. Oh, I'm sorry,
30
Gorilla.
minutes of solid gay sex. So that is worse than this.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I don't even include that because I never watched the entire movie. And to actually give it a rating, I have to watch the entire film, which I never will.
So we're playing semantics films or semantics game now with
No,
this, huh?
I'm saying I have to watch. I have to give any film a chance and watch the entire film before I condemn it to death. And this one, I'm condemning to death.
Well, a movie being so shitty that you turn it off, is that considered worse than this?
Well, I think it was god awful, and I'm glad we didn't watch any more of it because that's not my kind of movie. But still,
you're making my point.
Okay, look, I'm obviously not going to give it a good rating because I thought it was, crazy. I thought it was disgusting shit. I really did. But that said, I only watched the first part of the movie. So I'd have to suffer through the entire thing, which I never will, to actually give it an honest rating. And then I could give it an honest rating, which should probably be an FU out of 10. And this is getting this is an FU out of 10 movie. This movie was one of the most boring things I ever watched. And I don't really have a shitty movies list, but I'm going to create one tonight and go, okay, shitty movies, top 10 shitty, boring movies. This is on the list.
Okay, I think if PvP's challenging me for us to watch movies worse than this.
Hey, Gorilla,
you do that, Gorilla. I'm gonna have to get a big game hunter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gorilla skin rug.
Gorilla's issuing a challenge that he wants to bring the cringe stock back. I'm thinking.
Yeah, he probably does.
If you want to bring back cringe stock, I will be happy to do some research and find some really shitty, horrible movies for us to watch.
Hey, Section 31 was worse than this. The Dale Craig's movie was worse than this. Brave New World was worse than this.
I'll say that Section 31 was only slightly worse than this.
Well, the thing is, though, Section 31 was shit, but
No,
This is-
there's
this
no
is a-
but. There's no but. PvP.
No. Well, there is a but because the
What?
shit.
No,
the
there
sh-
isn't.
No, there is a but because the shit is coming out of the butt, and
Oh God. Okay.
the Section 31 shit smells differently than this shit because they both suck. They're both horrible. They're both boring. But I think at least Section 31 was so bad. There were moments that I could kind of enjoy because I could mock it and make fun of it because it was so awful. This was so completely bland, boring, pointless that I couldn't even make fun of this movie. Because when I get a bad like Plan 9 Outer Space, you can watch that and make fun of it, right? You can make jokes about it. You can have fun with that movie. It's awful, but you can still, get some humor out of it and have a laugh, right? But this thing was like dead. This thing was like as interesting as a doormat on your porch.
Yeah.
This thing was as flat as pancakes are better than this thing because at least you can put syrup and butter on them. This thing was dead in the water from the very concept.
Yeah, but there, I was gonna just tell Dan. Dan gave it a 1 out of 10. I only gave it a 2 out of 10 because of some of the action sequences were actually halfway decent, but everything else was just total shit.
Yeah.
So
It's a zero. It's a zero.
Well, let's
for me.
go. Hey, Section 31's worse than this.
I did say that, Gorilla. I said that
Yeah,
Section 31 is slightly worse than this.
Section 31, I went on a 45-minute rant on just one aspect of the movie.
I know that's what we were talking about, the Sharon and the planet, Sharon, right? And the planet and the fuck guy who was there, and he shouldn't be, but yeah, I mean that's fucked.
But let's make sure. Let's catch up our chats here.
Okay.
What would have made this better?
Not being made.
Yeah, not being. I agree. Not being ever made. That would have made it better.
Yeah. Well, see, Will Nelson should be in it. Fighting Space.
But it's Federals. Yeah.
Federales. I did like this better than the Daniel Craig thing. He says.
I have to agree with that too.
And Daniel here gave it a 7 out of 10.
You got it.
Right, Daniel, you definitely.
Oh my God, Daniel. Oh, I won't say anything.
And Scurvy says, yep, we're still going.
Yep, 7 out of 10 all the way.
It wasn't the worst thing I ever watched.
Yeah, but Curtis, try watching the 2 hours before that and see what you think.
Yeah.
Because that's what we did. And let's put it this way. I'd rather go to the dentist and have my teeth pulled than watch this movie again.
Yeah. And Cynthia gives it a 1 out of 10. The effects were so. Arnold's acting was what it is. Sarah Connor was old and angry. Well, would you rather have her be young and angry? I liked it. I liked Sarah Connor.
That's why I don't generally want to date older women because they're generally old. They're generally angry about some shit, right? So.
Yeah, for Jim's going blah blah blah, PvP blah blah blah, comments blah blah blah. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jim, for that. Is that like a passive insult or something? Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. I don't know. Maybe he's imitating the teacher from.
I don't know what Jim's saying, but I'm sorry if I didn't please you, Jim. But I'm not. I don't exist on the face of planet Earth to please other people. I'm very sorry. I apologize if I offended you.
So, PvP, so you're saying you want to please Jim?
No, I'm saying I don't give a rat's ass about pleasing anybody. And if people want to, if people want to be annoyed at my comments, that's democracy, and I'm fully in favor of that. But I will say what I say. I will have my opinions, and if you don't agree with them, fabulous. But you don't have to go blah 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 blah.
Well, I will say I gotta hear Daniel's hot topics opinion. Why he gave it a 7 out of 10? I gotta hear this. What is the internal? What is the ultimate naive optimist give it a 7 out of 10? Why does he give it a 7 out of 10?
Okay,
why?
Guys, let's allow Daniel's hot topics to, explain himself. Okay, please, Daniel, tell me why you gave it 7 out of 10. Please be honest as possible. Please say something.
Well, listen, I think there are worse movies out there than this. I mean, yeah, sure, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either. I know. I feel what you're trying to say. I know.
Just
James
because
Cameron
it's not the worst
directed the
doesn't
movie.
mean it gets a passing grade.
Right.
We are not grading this shit on a curve.
Yeah. But Daniel is entitled to his opinion. So if he thinks it was okay, I'll leave him with whatever he decides on that. We know what we feel. So
No, I agree with Mikey. Of course, he's entitled to his opinion. But I think 7 out of 10 is that's a positive rating for a very
I
bad
think it's
film.
generous. I think it's way generous.
I
think Anna was only 2 out of 10 for this.
To be honest, in my wildest dreams, I couldn't give this more than a 2. I'd be generous at that point.
Yeah, I'd be agreed. Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Curtis says, I do not go blah blah
blah,
blah.
blah, blah.
There's definitely worse films.
Oh,
there are
worse.
But this is still among them. This is still one of them.
I will say this: the one sad a movie can do for me, and when I hate a movie, is that if it's boring as hell, and I have my own taste in movies, but if it's boring as hell, in my opinion, I find the movie uninteresting. I don't like it, and I hate that movie. If it's boring as hell to me, I don't like it.
Yeah. If Daniel likes it, he likes it. I would need to watch the rest. Who knows? I might give it a 5 or 6 if I watch it all.
Believe me, Curtis, you're an intelligent man, and I think I know you. I've only watched your channel maybe half a dozen times and chatted with you, but I think you're an intelligent enough human being to realize after about a half an hour into this that it's garbage. Seriously.
Well, I would say this: if I had to play, if Curtis wants to play his internal Optimus like Daniel does, he probably would give it a 5 out of 10 if he's really generous, and that's being optimistic.
I mean,
for
that's
his part,
being
probably
right. That's being extremely generous. Curtis.
I'll tell
you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just got to say, I recommend Curtis you actually watch this thing, and I'm pretty sure if you survive 2 hours of ultimate boredom that you will probably give it a low rating like most of us are.
Curtis, what we should do is talk to Charlotte Nightstar and she'll do a watch party of this film.
Oh, no. Mikey, you're evil. You don't want to do that.
I'm not evil. And she hasn't even seen it. Curtis hasn't seen the whole damn thing. I'm not evil. Don't call me evil. I'm not evil. Come on.
That's not going to help Charlotte's channel.
Yeah, I know. This probably will hurt her, but
that will hurt her channel because people will go, "What the hell are you watching, Charlotte?" So okay, you're right. You're not
bad
evil,
idea. And
you're not
Brother
evil.
Curtis, yeah, he's laughing at me. Bad idea. Okay, sorry, Curtis. Sorry. Oh man. Oh Jesus. Well, we saw. I'm sorry.
The one positive about really bad movies is we can have fun talking about them.
Yeah, and roasting them until they're nice and ready to eat.
Yeah, and it says, "Thank you, PvP. You're too kind." And then we're getting a bunch of monkeys here, but I'm gonna wrap it up here because I'm ready to go to bed. So, thank you, Curtis Selby, for coming. He has a political channel there, but it's the politest political chat you'll ever find. There he tries to listen to both sides there, so make sure to check him out. And thank you, Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Productions, for coming. He does fan film, Star Trek fan films, live streams, his mowing film shorts, his puppy shorts.
Yep.
So make sure to check him out. Thank you, Scurvy, for coming. Scroll. And thank you, JPRH1, for coming. And thank you, Kevin's Trekkie, for coming. Mikey, you want to promote Kevin there while I scroll?
Yeah, certainly. Kevin's Trekkie talks a lot about Trek accessories. He talks about how some of the technology has applied to today, like the cell phone, which came from the communicator and so on. Definitely check him out because he does have some good videos there. So, yeah. Make sure you check out his channel.
All right, thank you. And Cynthia, Gavin's on your channel, so you promote him.
I'm going to need Mikey to help me with this guy. For what Mikey says and for what I hear, he does Star Trek videos or he reviews Star Trek content. If Mikey is correct about him, and so I don't mispromote him. He does Star Trek content, doesn't he, Mikey?
Yeah, Gavin. Well, Gavin he did attend one or two of our fan films, right? Where we did Star Trek fan films. So Gavin is pretty well. Yeah, he's pretty knowledgeable. So I would definitely check out his channel because I know he's got some content there related to Star Trek. So yeah, I definitely would.
All right. So thank you. Thank you, Matt Arnold, for coming. On his
Hey,
channel, he has cover songs, it's 3D printing, and there's a new thing called Matt Chats where they're going through For All Mankind. So make sure to check him out there.
Yep. Good night, Jim. Good night, Jim.
Good night, Jim.
Good night.
And sit there, promote the Drew 24.
Yes, the Drew 24, he does arm wrestling videos, among a few other videos. If you want to check out the weather at his location, check out a few of his videos that came out roughly a month ago. He does those type of videos. If you like any arm wrestling videos, check him out there. That's all I know about him.
All right, thank you. All right.
Oh, hey, Larry. Larry's here. Be yourself.
Oh, hey, Larry, how's it going? We're just wrapping up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry, we're just about done.
Yeah, make sure to check out Be Yourself Adventures there. He's been doing some gaming lately, but they talk like about music there, and he just had his Fan Fest there.
Yeah.
Their VIP tours and stuff. And he talks about his adventures around Arizona and stuff. So make sure to check out Be Yourself Adventures. All right.
Yeah.
So PvP, promote yourself.
Well, nothing much to promote. Things have been pretty slack lately. Put a couple new albums up last weekend, but other than that, there's not really a heck of a lot to talk about. I'm actually working on the third album by the Scottish band Fingerprints. That's spelled not with an S, but with a Z. That should be going up sometime, I'm guessing probably tomorrow when I get it fine-tuned. I'm still getting the songs together, but I think I've found all the ones that are actually on the album. It's not always easy to find the songs on albums from 1981 because sometimes they're really hard to track down, but I did manage to find all of them eventually today on YouTube, so I will be probably uploading that sometime tomorrow. Other than that, not much going on, and if anybody's doing a Memorial Day stream tomorrow, please let me know.
Mm-hmm. All righty. So, Daniel, what you got going on?
Oh, you want me to go or? Oh, go ahead, Dan.
Wait, tomorrow's Memorial Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, for the United States.
Not for you guys.
Yeah, no. We had that last week. We had that last Monday.
No, Memorial Day is tomorrow in the U.S.
It is. But I'm just saying we had that equivalent last Monday.
Well, no, Victoria Day is not the equivalent at all.
Oh, it's similar. It's similar.
No, it's a holiday, but Victoria Day is to honor Queen Victoria from like 130 fucking years ago. Memorial Day is about fallen soldiers, so they are not similar at all. Actually, Mikey, I hate to disagree.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway.
There. So Larry said he might be going live tomorrow to talk about the new Mission Impossible movie. Okay.
Oh, Dead Reckoning? Part 1 and 2? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sit down. What do you got going on?
Alrighty, to all your panel members and to your chatters that know me or don't know me, I'm Sci-Fi Cynthia. Usually talk to sci-fi TV shows or movies. I do my Dark Matter 2015 TV show watch parties at 5:30 Pacific time on Wednesdays. And we're going to wrap up that TV show this coming Wednesday with my co-host if he's available for it. Usually is. And I try upload a new video to my channel towards the beginning of next week or the beginning of the previous week. I said that backwards. But I do cross streams with my fellow community members like Gorilla Censored Thoughts, Resolute Germ, and Mikey sometimes if he allows it. And they're all nice guys to do that. And I do my live streams on my main channel on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. I do have a secondary channel, All Towards Source of Dan. On that one, I cover Japanese anime or cartoons in general. And right now, we're doing the Slime animation. It's a good show with adult themes with cartoons. If any are interested in that, check out my second channel. I do my live streams usually at Fridays 8 p.m. Pacific time after Gorilla's Walton streams. And every new Watchmen, watch our all our content here. It encourages us to make more content for you. So hopefully make a few dollars on YouTube besides our day jobs. So I'll turn it over to either Mikey or Resolute Germ to give their own little self-promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, Mikey didn't go? I thought he did.
No, I didn't. But that's okay. Go ahead, Germ. I'll go second to last. Go ahead, Germ.
Tomorrow we got King Kong versus Godzilla for our Monday Monster Watch Party. This Wednesday, Nerd Night Roundtable at 3:30 Eastern, or 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. And we'll have Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends on Saturday morning cartoons.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that the 1960s version?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
Well, you should go join him then, Daniel, on Saturday. For the Spider-Man and Friends. Yeah.
All right, and Mikey, you're up.
Yeah, I know. So I maybe go ahead and working alongside Larry tomorrow. If he does do a Memorial Day stream, I might be doing a simulcast with him. I hope he'll be able to accommodate me. I'm sure he will. Otherwise, like I said, I do my normal lunchtime with Mikey and Murdoch 2. We've got the 2 episodes we review of the Red Dwarf. We do the 1 episode of TOS on Tuesday, the 2 episodes of Get Smart on Wednesday, and finally, I am on season 4 of the A-Team, and season 4 is one of the best of the 5 seasons, in my honest opinion. So I am ready to finish that up. And then when that's done, in the summer, we are planning to move it up. On Mondays, we're planning to move everything forward, and we're going to be doing In Search Of. We're going to be talking about mysteries, all sorts of, different things back in the day, Leonard Nimoy. I've got all 6 seasons downloaded from the YouTube, so that should be a lot of fun. If Sci-Fi Sif Dan wants to, we can also, with his show, BVP and I are going to try to make him a hardcore Trekkie, and we're going to find another TOS episode to watch and review. And we're adding Star Trek Continues to it. That's right. So we're doing Who Mourns for Adonai, and then the sequel, if you call it a sequel, called Pilgrim of Eternity. So that'll be this coming Saturday, starting at 5 o'clock Eastern time. 2 o'clock.
Sucks that I missed the last one.
Yeah. So that should be good.
All
right, go ahead, Gorilla. Sorry.
Right, so, hey, Gorilla, thank you for the shout out. Appreciate it. Not a problem there. And Mikey, I'll message you on Facebook.
Okay, sounds good, Larry. Thank you.
All right, as for me, tomorrow I plan on getting up early enough to go to the Memorial Day ceremony. I'll record it for you guys there. If I don't think I'll be able to do it live there, and plan on. I'll see if I can make it to the live streams tomorrow, but I gotta head out to the lake there. Then I gotta take the kid home. Otherwise, Tuesday is the Cigar Lounge. Thursday we'll finish up season 1 of Night Court, and then on Friday it's the Waltons episode, season 4, episode 22 something. Wait, that was the bed, ain't it? Or something like that, Mikey?
Well, let's see. We just did the quilting, so give me 2 quick seconds here, Gorilla. I'll find it for you.
Well, Mississippi.
Season 4, season 4, episode 22. I know which one that is. Okay.
The House.
The House. Okay. Yeah, so we'll be reviewing that. Then I got something very special for him. Very
Sunday.
special mystery movie night with Gorilla.
Yeah, Cinema Sunday. That should be interesting.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Did you just take the content strike now, or wait until you get us in trouble?
When Gorilla says it's got a very special movie, I get really worried.
I think you'll appreciate it. Either that, you'll unsub one of the two.
Well,
Okay.
I'm really hoping it's the Indonesian one I'm thinking of, which I've already seen parts of it in a trailer, so I can understand why you would probably grab that one, Gorilla. But if you, like I said, if you find something else, I'll give it up to you. Okay?
No,
I-
I'll explain something why I picked this one here.
I
Okay.
actually really hope it's not the one Mikey has talked about because I would rather be surprised. Actually,
Sure.
Yeah. Cynthia, what the hell is this even supposed to mean?
Will we
we
get
get
a
a
trigger happy gorilla on Memorial Day to celebrate? What?
Hey,
What?
he's a hillbilly, not a redneck. He doesn't go
Yeah.
shooting guns in the air to celebrate.
Yeah. He doesn't have weapons at the ready. Yeah. Okay.
No, I have weapons at the ready, but I know how to control them.
But you know what I mean, Gorilla. It's not like you're going to sit on a porch and half expect somebody to come over there, especially a tax man, and then you're going to
What do you think?
weapon.
What do you think I do when I'm not streaming?
Simple. Gorilla's polishing his guns and maybe polishing Germ's head too.
Yeah.
Hell, Larry, don't worry. Not
upgrade-
another Daniel Craig
Yeah, it's not-
monstrosity, okay? Shit.
No, it's not a Daniel Craig. Nothing.
No. That was enough.
All right. So with that, everyone have a good night, and remember to be a girl. And who wants United with Roar or Roar with Gratitude?
good night.
Gratitude.
Night, everybody.